All right. So I said you want to continue with transformation, right? Last day we did the translation, right? That was a slide, right? On that same triangle, let us do one more now. Just to make sure you know what you're doing, right? Right. So remember we started the translation. Right? And the translation shows you how it's moving on the X and Y axis, right? The A gives you the shift where, the slide where, on the X or the Y, right? And if it's positive, it means you're moving to the right. And if it's negative, means it's moving to the left, right? And then here gives you the slide on the Y axis. If it's negative, you're moving down. And if it's positive, you're moving up. Okay, so this is what we did last week, right? Just as a quick example, we're not doing this one. Just tell me, what does this mean? What does 5 minus 4 mean? How will it slide? What's the instructions I give you there? 5 minus 4 means it's sliding where? Right. 5 and so it's sliding 5 to the right. And this saying what? What is saying? This is saying 4 down. Right? So it will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So that's what the slide is, right? So for those who were here on Tuesday, go back to that triangle. Go back to that triangle for me, and I want you to apply this slide. Let's get it. No, you're going to need a new one for the reflections and budget. Right? So this is for the graph from Tuesday, right? If you weren't here on Tuesday, well, right, you can look back at the video and do that over, right? But for those who are here and have the graph, I would like you to do a transformation for me of -5. And let me go 5. -5, 5. So do the one from last day, right? That's not right. We have a point. That's right. That is right. The point is what I gave you. Yeah, slide up. Slide that to this way. Yeah, the original one is slided. Just remind me, these points there, so I'll show those who weren't here how to translate. What were the points again? B was what? All right, I'll show you how to slide, right? If I give you a point, the slide real easy. Add this to this. That's it. Right? Add the X and the X, add the Y and the Y. That's all. All right. Oh yeah, those do it except quick. Those don't go it back. Let's see the graph page. Those will need to see the graph page, right? But take right on those points and add it to -5. Oh. Right, so again, for those who weren't here, whenever I ask you to do a translation, all you have to do is add the point. So add minus 5, right? Add the slide to the point. So you're adding the x value, 2 plus minus 5, 1 plus 5. Right? You're doing that for all of them. Same thing I did here. Add this, add this. Yeah, you're doing that for all of them. Yeah, you slide it. Finish. Finish it quick. Boy. Yeah, no, I think some of the value can not one of my one. Yeah. Especially in that particular. Oh yeah, last minute. Right, you gotta put that down the top left, right? Right, it should be done. So this is plus minus 5, 5. So this is what? Minus 1, 6, right? And here you add minus 5, 5. Right? 3 plus minus 5 is minus 2. 3 plus 5 is 8. Okay? So your final answer, you know, plot those points, right? Right. I have a question, right? Suppose we have to go in reverse. Suppose we have to find the translation. Find the translation factor. Suppose we had to find this, right? So suppose I gave you this and this. How are we getting this? Suppose I gave you this and this. How are we going to get this here? Right, correct. You minus this from this. Okay, so for example, if I gave you this here, 2, 1, underwent a translation AB, and it became 7, 5. Right? What's A and B? Right? Exactly what you said. A and B, I'm going to take this and minus this from it. That's all. Right? So to get this, just minus this, well, minus this from this. So you'll get it. That's okay? Yeah. Right? So sometimes you have to go in reverse, right? So you'll end up with 5, 4. All right, so let's just try one from now. Try. Right? Kind of do that. And then split the equation 4 and head of reflection. Actually, let's do rotation for the application. Right? So AB, right? What you all got? It will be 2, 4 minus 7 minus 3, right? So 2 minus 7 is what? Minus 5. 4 minus minus 3 is 7. The answer is minus 5, 7. That's okay? All right. So head up rotation. Online, you're okay with this here? I'll get through this. Pandino, I'll get through this. Pandano, all right. Right, take a new graph page, split it in 4. Split it in 4. And head up rotation. Yeah, guys up far. Ready? All right, so as I said, head of rotation, right? All right, so let's head up rotation. Right, so we're gonna perform it first, and then I'll give you a note on how to do everything, right? So do me a favor, let's plot this little triangle here. Right? Let's plot this triangle. A is 2, 2. Right? B is 2, 4. And C is 4, 2. Right? So plot that for me, please. Plot A, B, C. Plot that, please. So what you're looking at doing is doing a rotation, taking this triangle and rotating it a particular amount of degrees. So we could rotate it 90, we could rotate it 90 counterclockwise, right? We could rotate it 180 degrees, right? We're going to practice rotating. So again, you need a protractor and compass. Yeah. You have one? What do you have? You have one. Huh? That woman. Have no compass. Have no compass.
The silence is staying like
What talking about? Alright, yeah, good. Yeah, good. Okay.
the past. This is pointed into the example. Because I did it on the extra. Right, so it's. I don't know. Is that compass? That should be. This is a good like I think you're Where you go? Kid is there. I didn't mean. I'm sorry. But we did it.
Alright. This is all it have. Who do I have one?
Don't be down.
Alright, so let's see how it works, right? So in order for us to do this transformation, right, for rotation, what we're trying to do is about a center. Alex, what's your please? Right, about a particular center, we're going to rotate. We're going to need to rotate clockwise, or we're going to rotate counterclockwise. All right. So in order for us to do a rotation, what do we have? What do we need? We must have a few things. We must have number one, we must have a center of rotation. That's the first thing you must have. You must have a center of rotation. The second thing that we have to have is the direction we're moving in. So the direction simply means anti-clockwise or clockwise. Right? So the direction means one of these. Okay? And number three, we need the angle. Right? So the angles can either be 90, 180, or for now, 270, right? Right? What would 360 do? Bring it back to the same spot. Okay? So here we're looking at this first transformation, right? So this first transformation is called, this first rotation will be about, so we go in about 0, 0, and we go in, let's go clockwise. We go in clockwise 90 degrees. So these are the three things that we're going to do. Clockwise 90 degrees, about 0, 0. All right, real simple. So the first thing you do, you plot 0, 0. All right. So we're going step by step. All right. And then I'm going to ask you to write what we do in your own words. Right. So step number one, we plot the center. Right. So of course, I'm going to ask you these steps, and we're just doing it one by one. So step number one, plot the center. Step number two, I want you to draw a broken line from A to the center. Let's call the center O. Right? Draw a line from A to O. And then find the length of the line. Okay? Draw a line from A to O. Everything has to be perfect, all of perfect, perfect line, perfect measurement. Draw a line A to O, and then find its length. And then find its length. Someone ready? Online, at any point you get lost, stop me, right? Right, but we now start, right? So it's A to O, and then measure the length of the line. Try to be exact, right? 2.9. 2.9. Ready? Next stage. Fairly tricky stage, right? Right? Take a compass. Well, mine is a whole circle, right? Sorry, take a protractor, place the middle of your protractor at the center, right? And we're going to measure up 90 degrees. Right? So you place the center here, I line it up here. Right. Right? If you're using it like this, you can line up this line to the 90-degree mark. And then to the 0 mark, come down here and make a little pointer. Right? Make a little pointer here. Right? So this angle here that we're seeing is 90 degrees. Okay? So use this line on the 90-degree line, and then this line will be a 0 line. So the angle between this point and this line is 90. But you have that? So use your protractor and make sure between here and here is 90. Next step. Next step. Oh gosh. Right, what's it again? So there's a protractor. Your protractor has a center. Watch here. Your protractor has a center. the protractor has its zero line and all the other angles. We are only using the 90 and its zero line. Okay? So here's how I line it up. If you want, you can line up this as your zero line and then measure 90. Right? If you want to do it like that. Then let's do it like that. I could because I have the 360, right? So I place in the center, there's a little cross. I put in the center at our center rotation, and I'm taking the zero line and I'm lining up the zero line with this line. Right? And then from 0, I'm measuring 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Where 90 is, put a little star. 12 dots. Right? Huh? It don't matter. It don't matter. Yours is a half. What? Come, bring yours. Come. Come, Vishish. Bring yours. Same thing. Right? What kind of music to play, right? That's a center line there. So your line that's up here, and that's just zero line. And you're measuring 10, 20, 30 to the reach line. Wherever 90 is, 12, 4. Right, what you need to measure in 90. Right? Right, so I want you to measure where your 90 is. Then here's the part that people make mistakes, right? You all remember the length of this line? Remember the length of this line? Now, from the center, through this point, you're drawing a line of equal length. Right? And call that A prime. So this length and this length is the same thing. So this length and this length is the same thing. If you do it perfect, A prime should be at a proper coordinate, not in between. So if you have 2, 2, it might be at 2 minus 2, if you do it properly. So the length of this line and this line is the same thing. Please make sure the length of this line and this is the same thing, otherwise you will not get the point. Online, you all got A prime? Everybody? Small class today, right? So make sure everybody respond them, please. Everybody get A prime? Yeah. Please don't draw a solid line and make sure and draw a broken line, right? Solid lines are only for the actual figure. Broken lines are just with the direction. The A prime. Finish? Right, but we're not done. Wait, I only have 2 people online answer it. If I had only.
Hey, yo,
Only watching them video that watch the board go in here and think. I go like, this is in my head. Right, Bandina, Kaya, Bandana, somebody. British again, sure. Remember to message right here on WhatsApp. Yeah, that's it. So I do all the things. Right, okay, all this. So you see how I did A for you? Before you do B, write the 3 steps that we took. Well, 4 steps. In your own words, write the 4 steps and then you correct it. Right, that's one of the ways to help you remember these steps. Right, step 1, you know what you did. Step 2, you know what you did. Step 3 and step 4. 4 steps. Will you remember? Look over what you did for A. And after you do that, do it for B and C. Write down the 4 steps.
Because yours would have been actually I was searching for that copy from you. You want to know what you is that? She not he said average. You don't understand. I mean, the kid is said. I mean, this not the one now.
Right? You have 4 steps. Right, you do the whole thing in 2 steps. So your first step is to write the center. Your first step is to write the center. Your second step is to measure the length OA. Your third step is to, using the line OA, measure 90 degrees in a clockwise direction. Right? That's step 3. And step 4, right? At a 90-degree point, draw a line of equal length to O to A. Draw a line O to A prime of equal length through that 90-degree point. And then go ahead, repeat it with B and repeat it with C. If you do it perfectly, you will always recognize, right? If your point is 4, 2, you will get some variation of 4, 2, like 4 minus 2, 2 minus 4 or something, if you do it properly. It should not lie in between a point like 3.7 one thing. Right? It should be values with 4 and 2 in it. Maybe minus 2, minus 4, 4 minus 2 or something. Right? Go ahead. Finish out B and C. Same thing. Yeah, same B and C. We have to do our next line. Yep, same thing. Everything that you do in your 4th step, you're doing it for B and C. So you draw your line B to O. You draw your line B to O. Measure the length. Measure the length. Measure your 90. Right? B prime should be somewhere here. And then do your C prime. But I made not to again. You draw a line out to be, right? And you measure 90 degrees, then you put the line O to B, right? And not go into. Oh, no, I just put it there, you know. I was trying to cheat. So what cheating is do? It might reach here. Yeah, sorry. That's why I mustn't cheat. Right? Right? So it will be 4 minus 2. And then do C. You'll finish online. Tell me what you get for C now. When you're done, tell me what you get for C. So, online, message valid for C now. Okay, 9. Okay, so that's the end there, right? Right, last one, C. Right, you draw your line. Sorry. You draw your line. C to O. Right, you draw your line C to O and you measure your 90, and that'll probably come down here. Right? So it probably comes down here, right? 2 minus 4. So that's the way you rotate 90 degrees clockwise. Okay? Which is how you would rotate ABC 90 degrees counterclockwise. Right? But what you'll do differently. Huh? Right, so the shape should come here, right? So you might no, but what you'll do differently. Right? So you measure your 90 this way. Instead of measuring your 90 clockwise, you measure your 90 anti-clockwise. That's okay? Go ahead, have fun. 90 degrees counterclockwise now. So same thing. That's number one. Number two now, we're doing it about 0, 0, anti-clockwise, 90 degrees. Right? 90 degrees. No. Thanks. Come on. So you do the same dotted lines, but just measure 90 degrees the opposite way. Okay? Same line, yeah. Same OA, OB, OC. Right? When you finish, bear number 6. Double try. Okay, Kamal? be done? You'll get through? Alright, so when you measure 90 degrees here, what you got here? A prime is here. Minus 2, sorry, minus 2, 2. Oh, you got A prime? Sorry, A the double prime. The double prime means this is prime, right? This is double prime. Right, so B was here. What you all got for B? Minus 4, 2. Come on, what you all got for B? Sorry?
Minus 4 2.
Minus 4, 2, right? Okay. That's here. Right? So you do that. Minus 4, 2. And then C will be here. Minus 2, 4. Yeah. Right? So that is your rotation. Yes. Right? So remember your triangle rotating like this. 90 degrees. So that's looking good. Next one, the next one rotated like this. Okay? So that is the way we do our rotation. Of course, I can make you do 180 as a practice. That's a good idea. Let me do 180 one time. Right? Let's do 180 one time. How you do the 180? Right? The 180, you take this line and you measure 180 degrees. Okay? Right? But this simple. It will be right here. Right? That's a triple prime. Okay? So you continue the line and you measure 180. Do 180 one time. So at least this time, this graphic done. I do 180 one time. Get out of compass. Compass. Try it again, sure. on your phone, what I'm doing. But that's what I'm.
That means I want to do.
And just watching the home screen. Right, so when you do B should be here. Right, again, you draw your line, you measure your 180, and then you continue line equal length OB and equal length OB triple prime. Then you do C will come all the way here. Right, by minus 4 minus 2. Right? That's okay? So can you watch a question, right? Can you watch these two shapes and recognize that is not a slide and it's a rotation? But you see it. Let's take this as an example. Could this be a slide? Could this be a slide? No. A slide will always be in the same orientation. A, B, C will always be like that. So a slide will always be A, B, C. This is not a slide. Okay? Sometimes in a question, they'll give you a diagram and you have to figure out the reverse. What type of transformation it is. All right, we'll do those in a little while. All right. I have two questions. Suppose I ask Jamal. Suppose I ask you, right? And I said, do a translation about 0, 200 and for this one, 270 degrees clockwise. Which one it is here? 270 degrees clockwise. Which one of these here represents that rotation of ABC? Right? Remember, they're all labeled different, right? 270 degrees clockwise. Clockwise. Come on, show me. You got to walk down here. Come on, show me which one it is. Take your time. Which one? So we start in here. Right? So I'm gonna see angles there. Clockwise. Yeah, 270 degrees from here. Where will that be? This 90.
And this 90. Oh,
This is
187.
all right. So what does that mean? Write this down. Note that. Write this down. Write this down. Note that a rotation 270 degrees clockwise. A rotation 270 degrees clockwise. The rotation 270 degrees clockwise is the same as 90 degrees counterclockwise. It's the same as 90 degrees counterclockwise. It's the same as 90 degrees counterclockwise. And 180, number 2, 180 clockwise is the same as what? 180 clockwise is the same as what, Alex? 180 clockwise is the same as what? Alex,
Is it?
180 clockwise is the same as 180 counterclockwise. It's the same as 180 counterclockwise. All right, last thing. Last thing on this is sometimes in an exam, they're going to give you a image and they're going to give you an image and they're going to give you the original object. And then we have to figure these things out. All right. So do me a favor, new page. New page. Well, yeah, please remember that your center will always be 0, 0, right? It could be anything, right? I just gave it as 0, 0. All right. So here's what you're doing for me. Set back up these please. I give you this object here and I give you this image. We have to figure out. We have to find a way to figure out all three things. Right, so we're going in reverse. And the hardest transformation, this one, right? Your station. Yeah, that's another one. Right, you might have to share compass there, right? Which one I have this? Three, the other one? No, compass is the one with the pointer there. Yeah, the pointer is pen. Oh, yeah, so,
Yeah, this one.
and next one. That number. You have one? You don't have one down. What do you have down? You have one? I think I have it before now. You start planning to let people on and then we go in moment. Right, so you're gonna need a compass here, I told you. You remember how to bisect the line? Yeah, to about these points here. Right, so we're gonna try to figure out from here to here. Right, we're going from the object to the image. Right, so plot it back and then we're gonna use this as an example. I constructed it. Come on, my. Sorry, I'm thinking, I can imagine anymore. Right, plot ABC and A prime, B prime, C prime.
Oh my God. Good. Wait, Bob. Hey, no, minus.
No, no need Jamal. Jamal. Right. So here's how we're gonna do, right? But what you're going to see a lot of in examples, they're going to give you a shape and you have to figure out if it's a reflection, and so on, right? So we know there's a rotation, but we don't know the center, we don't know the angle, and we don't know the direction. But can you figure that out? Can you figure out the angle? I'll just look at it. To go from here to here, what angle is that? 90 degrees, right? So that's simple enough, right? Yeah. What is direction? To go from here to here. Direction is what? To go this way. To go A, B, C to A prime, B prime, C prime. That's clockwise or anti-clockwise? Clockwise. That means clockwise or anti-clockwise. So the hard thing is the center. The good thing in maths though is that in exams there's mainly given 0, 0. Although there was a year it wasn't, right? But here what it is. So you draw a line from A to A prime. But here we have to do, right? What just here? You have to remember how to bisect a line, right? So when we did bisecting a line, I brought the compass. So you want to be able to bisect your line now, right? So what is it? Right? To bisect your line, after you draw this line, you want to bisect it, right? This one easy to bisect, right? Because here to here is 2, here to here is 2. So you cannot bisect it already. But here's what you're supposed to do. Because you're going to have to show your arc lines. Place your pointer here, right? And place your pencil point more than half, right? So if here's half, go more than half. And then draw your arcs, right? Draw your arcs. So one arc could be here, and then go to the top. Next arc could be here. Then keep the same opening and come on the opposite side. Pointer here, draw your arc here, draw your arc here. Right? No specific measurement. It just has to be more than half. So you average more than half. When you average more than half, draw your arc. When you average more than half, draw your next arc. Where those two arcs meet, draw a line. Right? Draw a line. And then do the same thing here. Connect C to C prime or B to B prime, anyone you want, and do the same thing again. Right? Pointer here, more than half, draw your arc. Right? Draw your arc. Draw your next arc. Right? And then connect the line. That's okay? Right? Watch it again, huh? Watch it again. You connect A to E prime, pointer here, put your pointer here, pencil here, right? Draw your arc underneath, draw your arc on top, right? Keep the same opening and come to the other side. Arc on top, arc underneath. Okay? When those two arcs meet, connect the line, right? And we repeat that same thing for C. All people, anyone. That's good.
No, there's very simple, but it means what's gonna.
Yeah. That's the same one. That's the same one. I'll try to get it going underneath you.
Is it right? I don't think you can finish very soon. I don't know what to do.
Do it quick. Connect A to A prime. But you show you about 3 times do the arc line in the past. Too bad, you gotta hook Jamal to help you. Bisecting the line after. Right? Open it out more than half. Open it out more than half. Get your arc, connect it up and there's the line. Oh yeah. Right, do it for, well, A prime is not much help because it's the y-axis. Focus on C prime, bisect that. And where those two lines meet, that is your center. Oh yeah. Somebody let Jamal compass now, so you can take it. No, it's not all finished, right? In the meantime, Jamal just draw a line B to A prime and C to C prime, or B to B prime. And then you bisect the top. Right, for those who forgot how to bisect a line and weren't listening for the past 5 minutes. If there is a line pointer at this point, and open up your compass to more than half. Draw your arc on top, draw your arc underneath. It have to reach under. Go look underneath. It's like this. Huh? Yeah, the sharp point, that's the pointer going by A, and the pencil point is more than half of the line. And you're going down and top. Do the same thing with the same opening on the next side. The two arcs will meet, and you'll get up. That line bisected 90 degrees. You're doing it twice, right? A prime and C prime. When I finish, just let Jamal know. Online, you bisect the lines. Hopefully, you have a compass. Pandana, Papandina, you bisect the lines. Yeah, out Jamal. Right, where the two lines met. Ask what? Where two lines meet then? Half of the line. What you got now? What you got? See? What now again?
Oh, my brain.
Well, that looks like a bisect, right? Draw a line. Fine, right? Connect up. Again, this line and this line, that's 0, 0. It's clear. Clear. What's the last name? Oh, I haven't. Did you get through? Other guys? Somebody? Not yet? Bring it, let me see. Come, what we doing? Alex, what are you written on?
Guys, got 2 minutes.
Right, so you have actually a bisect that has the bisect next one, right? Connect them up. Why not connecting the line?
Oh, very general place to write. So that.
Right. This line and this line. Okay. You don't have to do B, but there's 2 lines already. You have to do. Come clear again, come. Bring in compass. Here enough then. Still a bit of me, but I'm what's seeing nothing.
This still was there. I took a photo. I came right back to the.
So if I select this and get this line, right? If I select this and get the answer, right? Like that. Right, so when they connect these, you put the UI axis. When they connect these, they be the right here. Right? Back and start as it means. You don't have to go on to fields. You don't have to do it as a structure, right? Jamal, is it done? Come on, I'm waiting on you. Right, so you see why it's important to advise you because we did construction, let me see. Oh, 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago? Yeah. We did construction. You for sure do it with the form 5
When?
recently.
Yeah, I had one video. When I would remember how the bicycle line, obviously.
I can't find the YouTube video. Huh?
Oh, when I was here.
No, I do it recently, but I do it with the form 5. All right, taking me a little while. I can pass people. Stop that. Okay. While you waiting, write these steps. Write these steps, right? So to determine the center of rotation, write it down. Step number 1. to determine the center of rotation. Come down like that, quick. To determine the center of rotation. Step number 1. Determine the center of rotation. Step number 1, connect A and A prime. Right, connect A and A prime. Step number 2. Step number 2 is using a compass, bisect A prime. Yeah, bisect A.
Repeat again, please.
Cross over.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Step number 1, draw a line from A to A prime. A broken line, right? Draw a broken line from A to A prime. Bisect A to A prime. Step number 2, bisect the line A prime. Step number 3, connect B to B prime. Connect B to B prime. Step number 4, bisect B prime. Bisect the line B prime. Step number 4, bisect the line B prime. Bisect the line B to B prime. Last step, step number 5. Read off the point. Step number 5. Read off the point where both lines intersect. Read off the point where both lines intersect. Right, for those who weren't listening, how to bisect a line, right? What is here? How to bisect a line. So let's say I gave it to this line here, A prime. Let's say it looks like that. Right? How to bisect the line? Real simple. Place the pointer here, that's the sharp part, and open the compass to more than half. Let's say here. So the pencil should be pointing here. Right? And then, right, you draw your arc, right? Open it up. Open it up. Draw your arc up here. Wait. Come down on the opposite side. Draw your arc down here. Okay? So remember your pencil tip here, right? So you join your arc here, and then come to the opposite side now. Pointer here, do your arc here, pointer here, do your arc here. Right? So what you do on this side, you do it on this side. Okay? Where the two arcs meet, you draw a line. Straight down the middle, right? And that line will bisect this two. Right? That's the way you bisect any line. That's okay? Right. We do have time to do our past paper. So what I want you to do is just do B and B prime. Do over B prime and bisect. And I want to see all. I want to see where all 3 lines meet. No. No. All right, online. So that is the way you determine how to get the center of rotation, right? Connect, bisect. Are they taking too long for you? Jamal, attention. Do BB prime, and it should meet at the same center, right? 0, 0. All right, so that is how we do rotation. The school we open, we'll do reflection and enlargement. You get time, right? Try not to make it look too chocolate, right? Okay, all right, online. Once you all finish up, that's it, right? You all can log out.
So you like
Right, remember next week, March 9th to 11th for the people who write in Jan and June, right?